Hi, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here, because the cards have a story to tell you. The Tower, the Hermit, the Star, each holds a story you've lived, even if you didn't know it. The cards will speak directly to you. Take a deep breath, feel the energy around you, and let's begin your journey through the cards. The room is dim, lit only by the soft glow of candles. Their flames dance with the faint rhythm of your breath. A hush lingers in the air, as though the universe itself leans closer to listen. Before you, the deck waits, ancient, alive, whispering in symbols that only your soul can hear. You place your hands upon the cards. They are cool, yet charged, vibrating like a secret heartbeat. With each shuffle, you feel the threads of possibility weaving themselves together. You are not just drawing cards, you are stepping across a threshold, into a journey that belongs to you and you alone. As the deck stills, one card slides forward, unbidden, as though it has chosen you. You turn it over. The Fool. The card glimmers with innocence. A young traveler stands at the edge of a cliff, a satchel slung lightly across their back, a white rose in hand. A small dog leaps beside them, playful, urging them forward. Above, the sun shines with unshakable brightness. Yet just below their feet, the abyss. The Fool speaks of beginnings. The first step into the unknown. Upright, it is a call to trust, to leap without fear, to embrace the possibility that awaits when you release control. It is the soul's whisper, life is a grand adventure. Dare to step into it. But you know the Fool's danger, too. Naivete, blind faith, carelessness. To leap without awareness can mean falling without wings. Still, in this moment, you feel the Fool urging you. The path opens only when you begin walking. The Two of Cups, but the deck is not finished with you. Another card slides out, as though it wishes to speak alongside the Fool. You turn it over. The Two of Cups, reversed. Upright, this card is harmony, partnership, the meeting of two souls who mirror and uplift one another. Love blooming, trust deepening, balance in giving and receiving. Reversed, the energy tilts. The reflection distorts. Connection falters into miscommunication. A partnership may feel strained. One heart may be giving more than it receives. Perhaps this card mirrors a relationship in your own life, a lover, a friend, even a business partner, where something is no longer flowing freely. The Fool calls you forward into newness, yet the Two of Cups reversed whispers of bonds left unsettled, threads that tug at you from behind. The crossroads, close your eyes. Imagine yourself standing on a path at dawn. Before you, the road stretches wide and endless, the horizon shimmering with promise. This is the Fool's road, the road of beginnings. But behind you, you feel the pull of voices, of connections that once defined you. Perhaps you think of a love that left more questions than answers. Or a friendship that slowly frayed, not with anger but with silence. Maybe even a professional bond where respect was lost, trust broken. These are the echoes of the reversed Two of Cups. They are not chains, but they are threads, and they tug gently, reminding you of what has not yet healed. You feel torn. How can you leap into the Fool's wide sky when your heart still carries these quiet fractures? The cards do not judge your hesitation. They hold it tenderly, showing you both the longing for freedom and the ache of unfinished stories. Uncertainty to guidance, the room feels heavier now. The candles sway as if moved by unseen winds. You draw a breath, and the Fool's voice comes, not in words, but in a feeling, leap anyway. Not in denial of what has hurt you, but in faith that even pain can transform into wisdom once carried forward. The Fool tells you that imbalance in love, disappointment in partnership, or loneliness need not bind you. They are lessons, not prisons. You sense it, the message is not about leaving others behind, but about stepping forward with clarity. You cannot control how others show up, but you can choose how you carry your heart. The Fool is not recklessness, it is trust. Trust that each ending becomes a seed, that imbalance awakens your longing for harmony, and that the journey itself will teach you the balance you seek. The shadow and the flames the cards rest before you now, their messages lingering like perfume in the air. The Fool, wide-eyed and radiant, urging you to step. The reverse Two of Cups, tender but warning, asking you to honor the truths of your relationships. And yet, as you sit with these revelations, the flame of the nearest candle sputters and flares. For a brief instant, a shadow crosses the deck. Your gaze catches the faint outline of another card, its back shimmering with restless energy. This card has not yet turned, but you feel its presence, a card of fire, of urgency, of passion that cannot wait. It is impatient to be seen. But tonight, it remains hidden. The Fool has opened the path. The Two of Cups has shown you what you carry. The next card will reveal what burns within you, what force demands to be expressed, whether you are ready or not. For now, you are left with the question, will you leap into the unknown, even if your heart is not yet fully healed? The candles dim. The deck sleeps. But the journey has only just begun. The room is hushed, though the silence feels different tonight. It is no longer the soft silence of waiting, it is a charged silence, a pause before lightning strikes. You feel it before you see it, the pulse of energy beneath your skin, as though your blood carries sparks instead of warmth. The deck rests before you, glowing faintly in the candlelight. One card seems to thrum louder than the rest, vibrating like a string pulled taut. Your hand moves, almost without your permission, and turns it over. The Magician greets you. A figure stands at a table, arms outstretched, one hand pointing to the heavens, the other to the earth. Upon the table lies each suit of the tarot, a cup, a sword, a pentacle, and a wand. All elements, all tools, all possibilities gathered. Above their head, the symbol of infinity shines. This is not coincidence. This is creation. The Magician upright is mastery, the recognition that you already hold everything you need. You are both channel and creator, vessel and conductor. Vision can become reality if you trust your power. This card does not ask whether you can manifest, it tells you that you already are, even in this moment. But the Magician holds a shadow, too. Illusion. Deception. Manipulation. When untethered, power bends into trickery. The question becomes, will you use what you have with clarity, or with confusion? The air stirs again. The deck breathes a second time. Another card slips free, tumbling like a spark leaping from fire. You turn it over. The Knight of Wands, reversed. Upright, this knight is a comet, fiery, bold, unstoppable. Adventure courses through their veins. Their passion burns so brightly it lights entire rooms. They are the archetype of momentum. But reversed, the knight is scattered flame. Energy burns hot and then collapses. Projects begin in fevered excitement but crumble before completion. Words are spoken in passion but not grounded in action. The reversed knight warns of recklessness, of directionless fire that consumes rather than warms. And here it sits beside the Magician. Creation and mastery paired with fire that flickers and dies too soon. Imagine yourself standing before a table like the Magician's. On it, the tools of your life, the knowledge you've gathered, the skills you've honed, the passions that ignite you in the quiet hours. The Magician shows you, you already hold the power to create. And yet, how many times have you begun with fire, only to watch the flames sputter? How many dreams were lit brightly, only to fade before reaching their fullness? How many notebooks filled with ideas lie unfinished? How many promises to yourself were spoken with passion but never lived out? The reversed Knight of Wands mirrors these patterns. It is the part of you that hungers for everything but struggles to sustain the journey. It is the excitement of beginnings, without the patience for endings. Together, the Magician and the Knight reveal a paradox. You are powerful beyond measure, yet you scatter your power like sparks in the wind. You are capable of creation, yet your fire wavers between brilliance and burnout. The room seems to grow warmer as these truths rise. You feel both exhilarated and unsettled. The Magician's presence fills you with certainty, you can shape your world. But the night's warning stings, reminding you of past failures, of the times you abandoned what you started, of how easily your own fire can turn inward and consume. You feel torn between two realities, the unstoppable creator and the restless wanderer. The cards ask you, which one will you feed? For in truth, the magician and the night are not enemies. One is mastery, the other is passion. One channels, the other ignites. The challenge lies in marrying them, directing the night's fire through the magician's focus. Harnessing passion into sustained creation. The guidance is clear, you are standing at the threshold of a project, a calling, a transformation. The fire is already in you. But if you leap without grounding, if you burn without shaping, you risk scattering your power into ash. The magician whispers, discipline is devotion. Focus is freedom. Close your eyes. You see yourself building a bridge across a vast river. The first stones you lay are strong and glowing. Your passion carries you halfway across. But then, you tire. The stones fall from your hands. The river swallows them. The bridge remains incomplete. This is the reversed night. But beside you, the magician appears. They touch your hands, reminding you that the tools never left you. Your strength is not in how quickly you lay the stones, but in your persistence. Each stone matters. Each act builds. The bridge does not demand fire alone, it demands devotion. You open your eyes. The image lingers. You know now what the cards are asking, not just to burn, but to build. The magician's certainty fills you. The night's warning sobers you. You feel as though you stand between two fires, one that warms, one that scorches. But just as you begin to steady yourself, the flame of the candle nearest the deck shivers. The wax spills downward like tears. The air grows heavy, colder. A shadow falls across the cards. You sense another presence in the deck, not fiery, not bright, but dark. It waits, patient, inevitable. You glimpse its outline, and your chest tightens. This is no spark. This is collapse. A card of destruction, of endings, of truths too heavy to ignore. The cards you have drawn have prepared you. But the next card will shake the foundation beneath your feet. The room fades to silence. The deck rests, its secret unturned. You are left with the question, what happens when creation meets destruction? The room feels different tonight. The candles still burn, but their light seems fragile, trembling as though in fear of being swallowed. The air is heavier than before, thick with a silence that is not peace but pressure, the silence before thunder. You sense it even before you touch the deck. Tonight, the cards do not hum with possibility. They throb with inevitability. Change is near. Your hand reaches, cautious, hesitant. The deck seems to exhale as one card pushes forward, demanding to be seen. You flip it. The tower stares back at you. A tall spire crumbles under a lightning strike. Flames consume its windows. Figures tumble from the heights into a void below. A crown is thrown off, shattered. The sky is dark, merciless. The tower is collapse. Destruction. The violent tearing down of illusions. Where you once believed you were safe, the lightning reveals fragility. Where you thought permanence, the truth shows impermanence. Upright, the tower is not subtle. It is the universe saying, what you have built on false foundations must fall. It does not destroy to punish, it destroys to free. But freedom often feels like ruin first. You feel it inside your chest, the weight of every structure in your life that seemed solid, yet trembles when struck by truth. The deck shifts again. Another card rises, as though the tower is not willing to stand alone. You turn it. The Five of Cups. A cloaked figure stands in mourning, head bowed. 3 cups spill at their feet, liquid darkening the ground. Yet behind them, 2 cups still stand upright, untouched, waiting. But the figure does not turn. They see only what is lost. The Five of Cups is grief, regret, sorrow. The pain of endings. The heaviness of focusing on what has spilled rather than what remains. It is the echo of the tower, the heart's reaction to the ruin. Together, the cards speak, destruction outside, sorrow within. Your own tower you breathe slowly, but the images pierce deeper than paper. The tower may not be a building in your life, but you know its form. It could be a relationship you thought unshakable, suddenly fractured. It could be the loss of a job, a career you thought was secure. It could be the collapse of a belief, something you swore true, now revealed as illusion. The tower shows the moment when life says, you cannot live here anymore. And the Five of Cups shows the aftermath, the grief, the ache, the yearning for what has fallen. You remember a time in your own story when you stood in shock, staring at the ruins of what you thought would last. You remember how your chest ached, how your mind circled back endlessly to the loss. How impossible it seemed that anything could grow again from ashes. This is the tower's echo. This is the Five of Cups' silence. Pain, then hidden hope. The air feels cold. You can almost hear the tower's walls crumbling in your ears, the cries of endings, the silence after. Grief presses heavy upon you, just as the cloaked figure feels the weight of the three fallen cups. But then, your eyes return to the image. The two upright cups behind the figure. Still standing. Still full. The card whispers, not all is lost. It is easy to drown in the ruins, to fixate on endings. But the Five of Cups reveals a truth the tower alone cannot show, that amidst loss, something endures. Not everything has fallen. Something remains, waiting, quietly, patiently, for you to turn and see it. The tower strips away illusion. The Five of Cups teaches you where to place your gaze. The cards together tell you, what falls was never meant to last. What remains is what is real. The ashes and the seeds close your eyes. You stand before the ruins of a tower. Smoke drifts upward. Stones lie scattered, still warm from fire. Your knees bend under the weight of grief. You press your hands into the ashes, letting them streak across your skin. It feels like everything has ended. But then, you notice something. Beneath the soot, beneath the rubble, the ground is soft. The fire has cleared the weeds. In the cracks of stone, you see small green shoots pushing upward. Seeds, awakened by fire. You weep, not from despair now, but from the recognition that life insists on returning. That endings carry beginnings hidden inside them. You open your eyes. The image lingers. The lantern in the dark, the tower and the Five of Cups rest before you, heavy and unyielding. They do not promise easy answers. They do not erase the pain of endings. But they whisper of survival, of hope, of what remains when all else has fallen. You draw a deep breath. The room is quiet again. But then, the faintest glow emerges from the deck. A single card hums softly, not with destruction, not with fire, but with a light that feels older than both. You sense a figure waiting in the shadows, an old traveler holding a lantern. A guide who does not shout but whispers. A card that does not destroy, but reveals. The question rises within you, after loss, who will guide me through the darkness? The candles flicker low. The card remains unturned. But its light is waiting. The room feels gentler tonight. The storm of the tower has passed, though its echoes still linger in your chest. The candles burn steady again, their flames calmer, softer. You notice the quiet, not heavy now, but healing. The deck rests before you, patient. It does not push this time. Instead, it waits, as though it knows the lesson that comes now must be received in stillness. You breathe deeply. When your hand moves, it is not with urgency, but with trust. The card slides forward, and as you turn it, you see the image of a cloaked figure carrying a lantern. The hermit stands in solitude, high upon a mountain. His cloak shields him from the world, his gaze lowered to the light he holds. The lantern glows, illuminating only a small circle before him, not the entire path, but enough for the next step. The hermit upright is solitude, reflection, inner wisdom. He is the guide who teaches not by giving you answers, but by showing you the light within yourself. His lantern is not meant to reveal everything at once, it is meant to remind you that the way forward is walked one step at a time. The hermit asks you to pause. To listen. To retreat from the noise and discover your own truth in silence. And as you breathe, you realize how needed this is. After the tower's collapse, after the grief of the Five of Cups, this pause feels like medicine. But the deck is not finished. Another card slips forward gently, as though carried on a breeze. You turn it over. The Star. A woman kneels by a pool beneath a night sky ablaze with starlight. She pours water into the earth, into the water, into both the seen and unseen realms. Above her, a single brilliant star shines brightest. The star upright is hope, renewal, faith. It is the cosmic promise that after destruction, healing arrives. It is serenity after chaos, a quiet reminder that the universe is still vast and beautiful, even when your own world feels small. Where the hermit is solitude, the star is communion with the infinite. One draws you inward, the other lifts your gaze outward. Together, they are balance. The healing path. You imagine yourself as the hermit, lantern in hand, stepping through the rubble of your fallen tower. The silence around you is not loneliness, it is sacred space. For the first time, you listen to your own breath, your own heartbeat, the voice inside you that was drowned out by noise and chaos. At first, it feels uncertain. Who am I, without the tower I built? Who am I, without the roles, the relationships, the structures that once defined me? But the hermit whispers, you are more than what has fallen. You are the one who remains. And then, the star rises. You look up from the lantern's glow, and the night sky stretches above you. It is infinite, eternal, full of light. The star tells you, you are not alone. You are part of something vast. Healing flows through you, as naturally as starlight flows through the sky. From isolation to renewal. At first, you feel the weight of solitude. The hermit's silence is unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. But then, as the minutes stretch, you begin to feel a shift. The silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is the space where your soul speaks. You realize, the pain of the tower was not meant to break you, but to clear the way for this moment. To sit with yourself. To see that you are both the seeker and the guide. And as the star glimmers above, a lightness fills your chest. The grief of the Five of Cups softens. You feel hope rising again, not the fragile hope of denial, but the deep hope of knowing that no darkness is endless. The star whispers, healing is not instant. It is a flow. Trust it. The lantern and the sky close your eyes. You walk a mountain path, lantern in hand. The air is cool, the earth quiet beneath your feet. The lantern's glow shows you the stones before you, one step at a time. You cannot see the summit, but you walk anyway. At last, you reach a clearing. You lift your gaze, and the night sky opens, filled with countless stars. You lower your lantern. Its small glow seems almost nothing beside the brilliance of the cosmos. And yet, both are necessary, the lantern for your next step, the stars for your direction. You realize, the hermit and the star are not separate. They are companions. The lantern keeps you grounded. The star keeps you inspired. Together, they ensure you do not lose your way. You open your eyes. The image remains inside you. The final card waits. The hermit and the star rest before you. Their message is clear, solitude and silence lead you to wisdom, and from wisdom comes healing, hope, and renewal. After destruction, you are not empty, you are being remade. But even as peace begins to settle into your bones, you sense one final stirring in the deck. The cards have led you across thresholds, through fire, into ruin, into healing. Yet something remains unfinished. One last card waits. A card of completion, of culmination, of destiny. It hums with finality. It promises not just guidance, but revelation, the hidden meaning behind all that has come before. The candles flicker higher, as though they too anticipate. You wonder, what was this journey truly about? And what truth lies hidden in the last card? The deck glows softly. The final chapter awaits. The threshold of completion. The air tonight is electric, charged with the echoes of your journey. The candles burn brighter than before, casting long, golden shadows across the room. You sense a vibration under your feet, as though the earth itself is holding its breath. Every card you have drawn, the Tower, the Five of Cups, the Hermit, the Star, has been a step, a whisper, a test. And now, the final card waits, humming with energy, inviting you to uncover the ultimate truth. You reach for it with reverence, feeling the culmination of the journey in your fingertips. The world unfolds in your hands. A figure dances within a large, perfect wreath. Around the circle, the four creatures of the fixed zodiac, man, eagle, lion, and bull, observe, eternal and knowing. The figure holds batons, balanced and free, moving effortlessly through space. Above, the sky is vast and infinite. Below, the earth is fertile and welcoming. The world upright is completion, integration, fulfillment. It is the realization of cycles, the harmony of opposites, the alignment of self with the universe. This card is not an ending, it is the achievement of understanding, the culmination of a journey in which all trials, all heartbreaks, all periods of reflection, were necessary threads woven into the tapestry of your soul. The hidden journey revealed now, step back and see the story as a whole, the tower, the collapse, the shock, the moment everything you thought secure falls apart. Life demands honesty and removes illusions. Five of Cups, the grief, the mourning, the urge to fixate on loss. Yet it teaches you to notice what remains, to find the fragments of hope amid despair. The Hermit, solitude and introspection, the lantern guiding your next steps. You seek your own wisdom, learning to trust the light within. The Star, renewal, hope, faith in the unseen. The cosmos reminds you that healing flows, and that the universe conspires toward restoration. The world, integration and realization. All previous lessons, the collapse, the sorrow, the inner search, the hope, combine to reveal your true power, your resilience, your alignment with the universe. Together, these cards mirror the fool's journey, from naivety and illusion, the Tower, through loss, Five of Cups, reflection, Hermit, hope, Star, and finally fulfillment, world. Your story has been a sacred spiral, leading you from fragmentation to wholeness. Walking into wholeness, imagine yourself stepping onto a vast plain, the remnants of the Tower behind you. The spilled cups, once all you could see, are now part of the fertile soil. The lantern from the Hermit's hand has become your inner compass, steady and unwavering. And above, the Star shines brightly, its light guiding every stride. You move with grace now, no longer burdened by grief, yet carrying its wisdom. Every scar, every loss, every sleepless night has been a teacher. You understand now, the world is not something to conquer, but to dance with. Every end is a beginning, every shadow, a hint of light. The figure in the world spins freely, batons balanced. That figure is you, not just surviving, but thriving, integrated, luminous. You realize the path was never meant to be avoided, it was meant to be lived fully, with eyes open, heart engaged, and spirit aligned. From fear to empowerment, the tension of the Tower fades. The sorrow of the Five of Cups softens. The isolation of the Hermit becomes sacred rest. The Star lifts your gaze skyward. And now, standing in the world's radiant embrace, fear transforms into empowerment. You feel the thrill of accomplishment, not because life was easy, but because you dared to journey through the difficult truths. You are whole, yet alive to possibility. You are completed, yet open. The paradox is exquisite. To truly arrive, you must first let go. Your heart swells with the knowledge that nothing is wasted. Every challenge, every tear, every lonely night has built the temple of your being. Circles and completion. Close your eyes. Picture a circle, perfect and infinite. Around it, the four corners of the cosmos watch: man, eagle, lion, bull. Each represents a part of your life, your mind, your spirit, your courage, your stability. Within this circle, you dance, not bound but free. The path from collapse to wholeness is visible now: lightning striking, cups spilling, lantern glowing, star shining. Each was necessary, each essential. And in the center, the world's figure twirls, your truest self, fully realized, aligned with cosmic rhythm. Every end you feared was a beginning in disguise. Every heartbreak carried a seed. Every quiet moment of reflection built your strength. The journey ends not with closure, but with revelation. Life is cyclical, sacred, and alive. The cards do not merely predict, they illuminate, teach, and guide. And yet, there remains a question. Even in wholeness, the path continues. The world suggests completion, but also invites exploration. Perhaps the hidden message is this: the true power lies not in the cards, but in how you dance with their lessons. What will you carry forward? Which fragments of your tower will you treasure? Which stars will guide you through future nights? The deck rests now, silent and luminous. Your story continues beyond these cards, beyond the reading, in ways only you can discover. If these cards spoke to you, share your own reflections. What resonates in your story? Which card drew the deepest truth? Comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for weekly tarot journeys into destiny, healing, and self-discovery.